And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to another week, another edition here of the Sparkling Tuna Cup, the STC number 134 PTR edition. I'm Coach VIP with you, and joined by these amazing players and the people in the chat as well. Welcome, one and all, to our weekly dose of Tuna Cup action. We are here, we are back, and we are jumping right into our first series of the broadcast! Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. The bracket is live, the bracket is stacked, and we are in our first game of the series. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Team Hyper 1. It is HonMonO, the most honorable of monorables. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the green Protoss player, the green Protoss himself. It is Camo. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Before we get to it ahead of ourselves, first things first, of course, a big shout out Stan. Thank you so much for gifting some subs in the chat, gifting a sub to Setsuna, and gifting a sub to Shishis as well. Shishish 36. One day I'll pronounce it correctly. Shema. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. We do appreciate it. Stan. And I hope everyone that does enjoy their subs, you of course can enjoy the emotes, replay packs as well. Enjoy as we're getting into our fresh series. Once again, welcome to the PTR, the Public Test Realm. For those of you that are unaware as to what this stands for, so Public Test Realm, this is where testing is done on the upcoming patch. So far, this is the second week of the patch, and we've already gone over quite a bit of it. We've already discussed it quite in depth when it comes to the podcast, when it comes to the previous week of PTR as well. There are definitely some interesting aspects of the PTR, but I will say so far the PTR does feel a little bit undercooked, and we are all in anticipation of an update. There are some murmurings here and there that there might not be like an amendment or a change or an update to the PTR, and they'll just push it live. I'd like to be optimistic that they'll take in some of the feedback that people are providing, that they'll take some of those changes, and that they will bring forth another edition, another version of said PTR for more testing, for more iterations, specifically in regards to the changes made and proposed. I would hope so. For now, 2-gate opener here out of Camo. An interesting opener is what I will say. Very aggressive, going for a 2-gate start. This does mean that the CC, the Nexus, is going to be delayed here for Camo, so later expansion, later tech, but it is going for a proxy across the map, so I see we're going to be coming a little bit harder. Now, bearing in mind, this is on the PTR, and you do have to research Warp Gate separately on the gateway to get Warp Gate going. Do have the pylon across the map, Twilight Council is on the way. What is our plan here? Now, the issue with going for a Twilight Council at this stage of the game is that I feel like whatever the plan is, it's going to be hitting very, very late. By the time it does, I mean, HonMonO is going to be set up. HonMonO back at home is going for his own CC first as well. He went for late gases. He went for a gasless opener, going for very delayed gases into a 2-rax follow-up here. So HonMonO is being quite greedy against an aggressive build, yes, but it's going to be hitting very late from as far as we can see. Sure, now we have Gateway being researched, so then we can utilize Warp Gate. We have a Twilight Council opener into our Dark Shrine, but will HonMonO scout this? Now, thankfully for Camo, there's no SCV scout. They could have been. There's no SCV scout. There's no Reaper scout either, as HonMonO is going for his own 2-rax opener into Fast Ghost. We're all clowning, Pat. We're all clowning. We're going for a Ghost Rush. Interesting. Now, the new Ghost can hit very, very hard, by the way. The main auto attack has been increased. So its main auto attack damage, not even just the snipe, does more damage. On top of that, by rushing into Ghost here, inadvertently, what does this do? This means there's going to be alternate ways to deal with Dark Templar. We have scans and we have EMPs. EMPs will also reveal cloak units, so inadvertently HonMonO will have an alternate answer to what's coming his way. That's a little bit unfortunate here for Camo, for sure. Is unfortunate, as we're just blindly doing this, by the way. Like, there's no thought behind this, or there's no kind of like scouting and reaction and any kind of counterplay like that. Like, no, we're just blindly going, you know, for a Ghost Rush, and we happen to be blindly going into DTs. Everyone's blind in this game. It's like no one can see anything, and we're about to butt heads. As the Dark Shrine is now done, warp gates are now warping in, and now we can warp into it. 2 DTs across the map, and we'll see what kind of damage we can get here. As the initial Dark Templar does warp in. No, a supply block! Ooh, brutal supply block here. Can only warp in 1 Dark Templar. Despite having 2 gateways, not the time to be supply blocked. DT rolls in, gets 1, gets 2 SCVs, and there's the EMP. Yep, there's the EMP. DT just evaporates immediately, just pops, and with that, HonMonO defense. He does defend well. He's got 2 more EMPs behind this as well. Does have 2 more EMPs. Camo does finish up his base, and he does break free from said supply block, thankfully, but the DTs so far have not been worth it. Behind this, we're rushing to charge. We're going to Immortals as well. This is very tech heavy with a very low gateway count. It still feels very awkward here overall here in the early game, and we'll see if we can build up. We'll see if we can prepare for what's coming his way, because HonMonO, he's building up a lot of ghosts, and he'll soon be pushing out, and I don't know if he can be stopped, not with the kind of setup that Camo has. Oh boy. Let's go. Let us go, as the ghosts are going to be moving out. As we are moving out. Likewise, we're soon to have a second Immortal, but snipes, I mean, they can come in, and they will. Oh boy. Now, first things first, ideally we want to trigger the shields. EMP on the... Oh, Jesus. EMP on the battery, EMP on the Immortal as well, and with that, the Immortal just melts here. Again, the ghosts have arrived. They just overwhelm everything. There's thankfully 1 more Immortal, but there are plenty of ghosts here to deal with this. Robo gets depowered. The Immortal barely does pull away. The boys are being pulled desperation out of Camo, but again, he should be losing everything here. There's 5 ghosts, Pappy. That's so many. Oh my god. There's 1 Immortal left. Once again, we kite back at 10, 11, 12 probes going to be going down, and we're still not done. Behind this, we're not rallying across. We're keeping everything back at home just in case there were to be a counterattack with said proxy pylon. But behind this is no production. We're getting our gateways up and running, but no more Robo, just the 1 Immortal. Just the 1, Pappy. Oh. So Pokin catching out a Zealot. Yeah, it does move in, and GG. GG gets caught. Again, we just have too many ghosts, too much overwhelming, and HonMonO will take game number 1. GG. GG, well played. I do agree within the chat, this is a very HonMonO game. Yes, a very HonMonO game here with some, added flair with the PTR, of course. For those that are unaware, for those that maybe don't watch much StarCraft, HonMonO, he is a hyper aggressive player. It is very rare to see a macro game at HonMonO. Very, very rare. Very, very rare, I should say. So 1 base all-ins, 2 base all-ins are the go-to, but this is specific and unique here to the PTR. By rushing to the Ghost, of course, the main attack damage has been increased in said PTR. Likewise, we've also had some other changes, of course, in regards to the snipe, but with that, was able to overwhelm, break through the main army. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're going to be loading into game 2. We're going to be loading into Title Citadel. This time, a bit of a larger map of the map pool, longer rush distance by ground, but we'll see if Camo can keep up with shenanigans of HonMonO. It's also just really unfortunate that Camo's initial build was to rush into DTs and he ran into Ghosts, right? We were trying to allude to that earlier, that it was almost like a build or a loss, where we were rushing into Dark Templar and there was already an answer to that, so the DTs were not worth it, and Camo fell behind early on. Let's go. Let us go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Title Citadel, we have the red Terran player. The red Terran player himself. We have the South Korean Terran leading the series 1-0 for Team Hyper 1. It is HonMonO. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the green Protoss player, the green Protoss himself. It is Camo. Let's go. Let's go. Does that make Ghost Rushing less viable or more viable? If you weren't here last week, there were other people that Ghost Rushing as well. Bjorn was Ghost Rushing. If you remember, he did the Ghost Rush against Solar in last week's Pegasus Cup. And did he do it against Young Yakov? I don't think he did. I don't think he went for the Ghost Rush against Young Yakov, but he did do it successfully against Solar as well. Just to re-emphasize, one of the reasons why it's a little bit more viable, I mean, there's a bit of a give and take just because the snipe now takes more energy. That is true. But what's important is that now the Ghost is more efficient. It's more useful without snipe. As in, like, its base damage has now been increased. So kiting with the Ghost now does more, and now it can be a little bit more flexible in that sense, outside of using it purely for snipes, which is how it was used previously in previous rushes. But yeah, we've been seeing some Ghost Rushes in the PTR from Bjorn. We saw that against Solar. Here we're seeing it from HonMonO, and I think we might have seen it against Young Yakov as well. I can't quite recall exactly. But it's something that players have been playing around with. They've been having fun with it, Pappy. Having fun with it. There we go. Here we go. From here, we are just going for our own, once again, the greedy builds. Gasless, Rax, Expand here out of HonMonO, going for much later Gas Geysers. We saw this last game as well out of our Terran player. Meanwhile, back across the map, we do have, this time, a Gate Expand. Remember, last game was a 2-gate opener, which meant that Camo's economy was delayed already from the beginning. This time, Gate Expand, a much more standard opener out of Camo. Here we go. Meanwhile, HonMonO is scanning. He is checking for proxies here at the 3rd or 4th location. Does check the south side, make sure everything's on the up and up. Bearing in mind that HonMonO does not go for the SCV scouts, and he does skip Reapers because he did open Gasless. So he's just checking nearby for proxies because he's not scouting across the map. So far, this is looking very similar to the last game. Very, very similar. 2-max opener into delayed gases, into an academy, into Ghost Rush. Like, this looks like a Ghost Rush here at HonMonO. Now, thankfully this time, again, Camo's going to have a greater economy early on, but it comes down to scouting. Camo, he needs to recognize what is going on to be able to prepare back at home. He needs to prepare for said ghosts. Oh, as he is going for a Stargate opener. This is a bit of a rarer build nowadays. We'll see if we open up Oracle or if we try to bank up Phoenixes. Regardless of what this is going to be vulnerable to HonMonO, especially if it is going to be the Ghost Rush. Oh boy. In general, Stargate openers do leave you vulnerable to early game aggression. They do leave you vulnerable, which is often why we don't see Stargate play in the current meta. You see it ideally mixed into a series, but it's not something you rely upon anymore. Not like in the past. Meanwhile, there's that Ghost Academy. As we mentioned, this was the same build as last game, so it did seem once again like the Ghost Rush. As Camo is opening up Oracle first. Oh boy. As from here, Ghost are amassing. Now, what I will say is that the Oracle should at least get some scouting information, and Camo should at least confirm what is going on with said Oracle, and then can start to react in kind. Once again, though, we are going for the earlier Robo, delayed Twilight Council. The goal here might even be to go into a Bay into Colossus. That is a second Oracle on the way, though. Once again, supply block. No! Once again, a brutal supply block. Ay, ay, ay. Not like this. This will slow down and delay Camo. Oracle does get in. Does get 1, 2, 3 SCVs. 3? Nah, 2. 2 SCVs go down. Ghosts are revealed. But again, Camo's build is already disrupted. Rushing Fleet Beacon? Okay. Oh boy. I mean, that's definitely a move to go for upon scouting a Ghost Rush, is to go for the highest tech possible and the biggest delay as well. I think Cam is just going to fall over and die. Now, I will say that this time HonMonO is being active with a lower ghost count because it's going for an earlier push. But the biggest issue here is just the lack of units to defend. We have 1 Zealot, 1 Adept, we have 2 Oracles and a Sentry. There are thankfully 3 batteries here, and that will buy some time. But are we pulling the boys? Yeah, we do pull the boys. The boys are being pulled. They hit a tank, they hit a buffer. EMP goes off on the first battery. Well, there's 2 more behind this. Oh, more batteries. Actually going for the Robo. Oh my god. Yeah, nice EMP on the Oracles. The Oracles, they're just flat out full of nothing. This is what we mentioned earlier. The Stargate difference would leave you vulnerable to this kind of aggression. An EMP shuts down, whether it was going to be Oracle or Phoenix, would just shut them down completely. The EMPs are pretty good. They're pretty good, Pappy. Yes, the turrets are done. The Oracles cannot engage. Jesus. My god. Once again, EMP Connect, CG gets called. And HonMonO, he will still out of control. He will claim the series 2-0, advancing on to the next round. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, HonMonO. He will claim the series. Did come in as one of the favorite players, and a shout out to Camo for signing up for competing. It's always terrifying for any Protoss player to go up against HonMonO. Even players like Hero, like MaxX, have dropped maps to HonMonO. Like, it does happen. HonMonO is an animal, absolute animal, and no shame in going down to HonMonO. GG, well played. We have HonMonO advancing on to the quarterfinals, and let's catch up on the bracket. Let's figure out where we are and where we are headed. Let's go. Let us go.